Okay, greetings everyone. We're here. We on time. Get your books out. First off, welcome everyone to class. As I promised you, we're going to have this introductory astrology class for beginners. So if you're not a beginner, you might want to contact someone who is a beginner. Okay, let's start. I do not like reading a lot to others. I like reading to myself, but do what you have to do. And this is what you have to do as you build your communities and your societies. You have to bring people up to your level. Since you are the teacher, you have to know what to teach them. First off, let me just talk about astrology for a minute. You know, from the ancient Egyptian knowledge, we taught holistically. We taught things that related to each other together. We didn't fractionalize them. For example, the way Western, and I always say when we say Western, we talk about Europeans. The way Western teaches, they fractionalize everything. They separate astrology from astronomy. How can you separate them? The only difference is one is sharing what's in the outside world, what exactly it is, and the other is sharing how to see yourself in it, your part in that. So that's one thing you have to realize when you're learning Western culture. It will be fractionalized. Now, the 12 signs are divided into 12 groups, masculine and feminine. Six signs are masculine and six signs are feminine. This is known as the signs duality. In astrological terms, a masculine sign is direct and energetic. A feminine sign is receptive and magnetic. These masculine and feminine attributes were given to the signs, they say about 2,000 years ago. I say much longer. That's Western knowledge. They learned about it 2,000 years ago. But we had it 1,000 years before then. Today, modern astrologers try to avoid the sexism implicated in these distinctions. There's nothing sexy about these distinctions. That's the law of nature. Gender, duality. Talk about duality. Yes, that's the law of nature. There's duality in everything. Gender. Everything has a gender. She brings up sexism in this book because she don't want to be labeled as sexist. In other words, the way of her world is unisex. No distinction between masculine and feminine. That's what the feminist movement is about, being masculine. Y'all didn't know that? The feminine movement is about being masculine. It's nothing about feminine. Okay, let's continue. A masculine sign does not mean positive and forceful any more than a feminine sign means negative and weak. What? Did you just say that these attributes about the masculine and feminine were just that? Now she's trying to go back and say that's not what she's saying. You see how people have to teach to keep up with the modern thought? She just said what masculine was and what feminine was. Go back and listen to it. It's recorded. Now she comes and says masculine don't mean positive and forceful any more than feminine means negative and weak. Oh boy. We're going to get through this book. We're going to get through it. She's trying to bring an equality between the sexes. That's all she's trying to do. But we're going to teach the way it is supposed to be taught. And we have to have these asides because I don't agree with her method of teaching. Okay, let's go through these signs and we're going to wrap it up for this lesson. Aries is masculine. Gemini, masculine. Leo, masculine. Sagittarius, masculine. Aquarius, masculine. These are the feminine planets, feminine attributes. Taurus, feminine. Cancer, feminine. Virgo, feminine. Scorpio, feminine. Capricorn, feminine. Pisces, feminine. Now, we didn't go over the month. I think you can do that for yourself. You find out the month. Well, I'll go over real quick. We got a little time. Aries, March 21st to April 19th. Okay. Taurus, is it Taurus or Taurus? Taurus. April 20th to May 20th. That's the goat. Aries is the ram. Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. Those are the twins. Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. That's the crab. His most likable trait is loyalty. Or her. Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. That's the Lion. Most likable trait is exuberance. Virgo, August 23rd, September 22nd. Its most likable trait is conscientiousness. That's the most likable trait. And next we have Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. And the most likable trait is charm. And Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. The most likable trait is idealism. Okay. Sagittarius, the most likable trait. Oh, that's November 22nd to December 21st. And its most likable trait is optimism. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Most likable trait, steadiness. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. The most likable trait, friendliness. So there you have it. That's an overview of the traits, the dualism, the gender, and we'll be going deep into it. There's personalities, I can tell you, who have these traits as we go along. We might get into that just to give you an idea. So when you look at someone, when you look at a person, you know what attributes they are demonstrating. Okay, any questions? Anybody got something they want to say? Oh, I didn't say the most likable trait of Aries was courage, did I? Okay. Now you may be saying to yourself, no, that can't be right, because you see people who don't have these traits. This is just a guideline, because there's a lot of differences in what's going to be predominant in the individual, depending on a lot of variables. So don't get hung up on what the book says. Okay? Well, with that, we're going to say, stay in the light, shine it bright. Don't let nothing dim it, not even your own thinking.